If you are a new agent or a seasoned agent and you are looking to make 2023 your best year ever, well, you need a plan. So my question to you is, are you planning your business out, and do you do it every year? It's something that I always try to do. I'm not always successful at it, but this year I have definitely taken the time to make my plan for 2023. I plan because I want to track and measure where my business came from last year and where I'm going to be inspired to take action in my business next year. Now, if you want a free download of my business plan, just click the link in the link below and I'll get it right over to you. And it's editable in Canva, so it makes it super easy to use. In today's video, I'm going to break it down into some simple, actionable items. One, how to identify your goals. Two, how to back out some of your conversations and how many conversations you need to be having with people. Three, how to get your branding or your identifying your ideal client out there. Four, what is going to be your marketing and prospecting activities that you are going to do every day. So stay tuned and thanks for joining me as we go through our business planning today. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to dial in our goals. I believe that the universe actually does provide. Guys, the first thing to do is to dial in our clarity, our desires, what we want. The universe will provide this to us, but we have to be super clear on what our goals are, and then we have to identify the actions that we want to take in order to get to them. So instead of saying, how many houses do I want to sell? I want you to start with your income goal. So let's say your income goal is $200,000. Well, that's going to be your gross commission income goal. So we definitely need to back out taxes from that. So you're going to take out your piece of paper, you're going to write your income goal down, or you're going to download it from the business plan from me. And then you're going to back out 25 to 30% of taxes, depending on where you fall into your income bracket. From that, it's super simple. All you're going to do is basically take your average amount of commission per transaction and divide that number into that number. So if your average commission, like in California, is anywhere from 10 to 20,000 or 4,000 in other places, you're going to divide that in there to get your number of homes that you need to sell for that year. I've identified how much money we want to make and how many homes we need to sell. So the next part we want to identify is any limiting beliefs, first of all, that you have around that. I remember my first year in the business, I wanted to make six figures, and I thought, oh my God, how am I going to do this? I then did all my business planning, and the next year I saw my goals and I exceeded all of them. So this planning, it really does work. And you do need to check in with it every so often. So we've identified our income goal. We've identified how many homes we need to sell. If you're brand new to the business, you're not going to know where your business came from last year. But if you have had some experience, please try to write down and think about where your leads came from last year. You could be getting business from your past clients, your sphere of influence, online leads, social media, so many different lead sources that you can really look at in order to build your business. So when you're looking at your lead sources, I really want you to identify 4 to 6 lead sources that you want to work. Not that other people online or coaches or anybody is telling you to work. I want you to identify what feels good to you. That's so important. So for me, I love YouTube. I work with YouTube a lot. I get clients from YouTube. I like making videos. You may be terrified about making videos, so don't do that. You might like open houses. You might like cold calling. You might like throwing events. That would be a great way to meet people and get into your sphere. You might like all kinds of different ways. But I want to identify 4 to 6 different lead sources that you want to build a system around, because that's how you're going to systematize and create a plan around those actions that you're going to take every day. Once you identify your lead sources, then you need to write down and understand, how are you communicating with them? How often are you talking to them? What is the way they like to be communicated to? Do they want to be texted? Do they want to be called? Do they want to be DM'd on social media? Should you drop them a postcard? But so for each one of those lead columns, I want you to write down how often you need to talk to somebody. And if you have no idea what to do, you can absolutely shoot me a message and I'm happy to give you a little bit more guidance around this. Now, once we identify how often we need to talk to people, we are then going to think about what we're going to say to them. And that's where brand comes in. So branding is really your message or the way you appear, that people are going to choose you over other realtors. So for me, I am a bit of holistic. I love my yoga. I love my things. Those are my tribe. Those are my people. I love to work with first-time home sellers, first-time home buyers. Those are some of my favorite people. But you might like luxury market or downsizing market. But you want to start to write down your brand persona. And I'm going to put a link below. HubSpot has a pretty cool little interactive way to build out your persona. So when you are thinking about how you want to communicate and how you show up, you want people to feel that they know and they like and they trust you. So when you're thinking about how you're communicating or your marketing message to people, you want to communicate that to them, that you've solved other people's problems, that you are just like that person you're communicating with and you understand them, so that they feel like they know, like, and trust you, and they want to choose you over everybody else. Now, what else do? We're going to talk about, so we've identified our lead sources, we're identifying our brand message. Now we have to go to our daily actions. And our daily actions are going to be a combination of all of what we just did. How many times do we need to talk to people in order to produce a sale? So we want to do income producing activities. This is not things like folding our laundry or even going to the gym, although you can be meeting people there. This is actually time that you take and set aside in your calendar every day to connect with people and have more conversations that are moving people's lives forward, moving your needle forward. So when you are prospecting, which I highly recommend you do at least 1 hour every day, I want you to think about, in those lead categories, who am I calling? Am I going to be calling people in my sphere to invite them to something or tell them about an event that I saw that I think they would like? Am I going to be calling a list of home sellers that I got from my title office because I'm curious if they're looking to sell and have they ever sold a house before? Other lists or other people you could connect with is go through social media and send your messages and be on top of mind about that. Going to your networking events, doing your open houses. So these are the things that you need to write in. These are going to be my prospecting activities, and this is the amount of time that I'm going to be doing that every day. Some other prospecting ideas is sending video text to people, making a video and posting it out into social media about a topic that people are needing information or fearful about, and you are the solution for them. So that would be a great prospecting idea. Calling friends and family, making a list of everybody you know and reaching out. And if you don't want to pick up the phone, sending a video text or sending a text message. Hey, just thinking about you. Just drove by that coffee shop we had coffee at and was curious if you need my help or you need a list of any preferred vendors that I could get you, right? How can you be that resource when you're doing your prospect? And then finally, we're going to put all of that in. We're going to take who we need to talk to, how often we need to talk to them. and how and when we're doing that. And we're going to put it into a system and a workflow. We're going to use our CRM, which I hope you have one, and I'll do a video about that. And we're going to do our reminders to make it into a workflow and a system. So you should have a system for your prospecting, a system for your birthday reminders, a system for any mailing, a system for any posting on social media. And so you can use a ton of different systems. I use Liondesk for one of them, Follow Up Boss for another, Sendoutcards for another, but there's so many different systems out there that you can use that can keep you organized so that you can implement this and make 2023 a absolutely amazing year. Now listen, if you still need some help, please contact me below. Make sure you're grabbing that free download. I'm always available. And also join my Facebook mastermind group. This is for all agents where we can come together and really connect and network about what's working in our businesses right now. This is women focused. Sorry guys. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon.